Hey, what's up guys, I'm back in the video, and today I'm going to be talking about why I think the Kawhi Leonard will be getting traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, and why the Lakers are going to trade for Kawhi. I'm going to be giving reasons why it would make sense for Kawhi to go to the Lakers, why it makes sense for the Spurs to trade him to the Lakers, and why it makes sense for the Lakers to trade for Kawhi Leonard. I'm going to be getting into reasons for all that, and obviously the main purpose of this video is because of all the reports coming out that he wants to leave San Antonio for a bigger market. He wants to make money. He just wants to play for a bigger market with more media attention around it, so he can just get a shoe deal and make more money. Pretty much there's been tons of reports, and it's pretty much at this point just assumed by most NBA fans that he's going to get traded by the Spurs. There's a chance he doesn't, but I'm pretty sure he will. I'm gonna be giving the reasons why I think he'll go to the Lakers. So without further ado, without me rambling on too much, let's get right into this video. Alright, so my first reason is going to be why it makes sense for Kawhi Leonard to want to be traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. Well, my first reason is going to be this is a enormous market. If he wants to make a shoe deal like he wants to do, well, Los Angeles is a place to go, because right now, I mean, he's at one of the lesser markets of the league. Yes, San Antonio is good, but they're never really like that big in the meter or anything. But there's literally almost no bigger market in the NBA today than the Los Angeles Lakers. Maybe the New York Knicks are bigger, but they're probably neck and neck. I wouldn't be surprised at all. So I mean, if he wants to go to a big market to get that shoe deal, Los Angeles is the place to go. And I think if that's really what he wants and make his money, well, that's going to happen. In recent reports, that's pretty much what's happening, that he wants to go to a bigger market. And even with a former Spurs player, Nate Robertson, he went on a interview with, I don't know who he went on an interview with, but he said Kawhi Leonard just wants to be able to make a bag, which pretty much means he just wants to make money wherever he goes, and Los Angeles is going to be where he makes the most money. And even after his contract is up, if he does want to stay with the Lakers, they can offer him a supermax contract, or at least they can right now with the money that they have right now. That's assuming that their cap stays that good, but it probably won't, because all their young talent will end up being off their rookie contracts. But still, that's something to think about. He could still get a max contract even once his contract is up. And then my second reason why he would want to go there is because he would actually get a young team. Right now, he is playing with the grandpas of the league, literally the retirement home for every single player in the NBA. The Spurs are the third oldest team in the entire league and play at an extremely slow pace. But with how fast-paced the NBA is now, and how fast-paced you need to be successful, Kawhi Leonard's kind of developed that to where he gets so many fast break points and so fast-paced because of how great his defense is. It kind of counteracts with how the Spurs like to play. The Spurs like to play slow and half court, but Kawhi Leonard likes to run, gun, dunk. He's just such an explosive player. It's hard to make him play slow pace. So their game plans or how they play kind of counteract with each other. So maybe their pieces don't fit as good as they should. And I think that's a big reason why LaMarcus Aldridge had such a great year, because he's more of a post player, half court offense kind of player and defense kind of player. That's why he had such a great year. So I think it would make actually sense for the Spurs to get rid of Kawhi in that sense, and why Kawhi would want to go away. But then, like I said, since the team is so much younger, they're actually the third youngest team in the league. He would be going from the third oldest to the third youngest team. He would be able to play at his fast pace. He would be able to play full speed with players he is accustomed to playing, like he wants to play. It would be none of that half court. It would be mostly running gun, fast break kind of scoring points, how it usually is in AUU and how he's probably grew up playing, and not how his old team like the Spurs are playing. But now let's get into why it actually makes sense for these Spurs to trade him, because obviously the Spurs aren't going to make the trade unless it makes sense for them. Well, I mean, they're going to be fully prepared. If they get the trade that they want, they're going to be fully prepared for the rebuild that will take suit. Because obviously, if a team loses a player, especially as old as they are, if they lose a player as great as Kawhi is, he's a top 5, maybe a top 3 player in the NBA right now when healthy. Well, I mean, losing that team, no matter what, that's going to force you to either rebuild or at least reload your gun. You're not going to you're going to take a few steps back losing as great of a player is, because you're never going to get an equal value player as Kawhi just because of how good he is. But just think, their trade will most likely include Brandon Ingram, who had a huge breakout year last year and showed that he has superstar potential. I mean, this dude has a potential to be one of the best players in the league one day, as he's averaging 16.1 points per game, 5.2 rebounds per game, and 3.9 assists per game. And when he was having a game against Golden State, he scored 32 points per game. That's his career high. I mean, he went off on the Golden State Warriors, and then even one time on a stretch without Lonzo Ball, he showed that when he was given enough minutes and he was given the keys to the team that he had to take over, he had a stretch where he was averaging 18.5 points per game, 5.1 assists per game, and 5 rebounds per game. That dude was averaging 18, 5, and 5, which is extremely good, especially for a second-year player who didn't have an outstanding rookie year. He bounced back completely and showed that he deserves to be there and deserves to be a very good starter on a winning a successful team. And yes, I mean, just look, which is only 25, but at a first round, though, fuck, I messed the fucking shit. And to go along with Brandon Ingram, they would also be getting the Lakers' first round pick that they just got in the lottery. It was from the Cavs, so it's only the 25th overall pick, but still, it's a first round pick, nothing but less, and no telling what you can get. Kawhi Leonard was, I think, the 15th pick in the draft, so there's no telling what kind of talent you can still get late in that first round with that pick, and that will be a huge thing for them too. Then also they could get Josh Hart. He was hurt most of the year, but when Josh Hart was healthy, he showed that he could be a very, very solid role player, and I'm sure Greg Popovich will be able to develop him to the best of his ability. As we've seen Greg Popovich take players that weren't good on other teams and just make them into borderline all-star level players, or at least very excellent role players to their team. So I'm sure Popovich could work out them, and even he would faster develop Brandon Ingram, which would make him into a future superstar even sooner. So I'm sure the Spurs would love to make that deal, and it would make complete and utter sense for them to do that, as a rebuilding process would be kicked off so much easier with all that young talent that they would be now assuming. And then also they would have Devontae Murray, and they'd be able to really get accustomed to the league at faster pace with how young they would be. But now my reason for why the Lakers would make the deal, because obviously not only the Spurs would make the deal if it didn't make sense, but the Lakers would make the deal if it didn't make sense. So let's get into why it would make sense for the Lakers. Yes, they'd be losing Brandon Ingram, but I mean, their replacement is Kawhi freaking Leonard. So I mean, who would you rather? Brandon Ingram, who has potential to be a superstar, or Kawhi, who is a top 5 player in the league? I'm taking Kawhi every single day. Trust me, Kawhi. I don't think Brandon Ingram will ever be like Kawhi's level ever, but I think Brandon Ingram has a chance to get at least like 3 level under, just because of how great Kawhi is a future Hall of Famer if he stays healthy. There's no doubting about that. So I mean, to replace Brandon Ingram with Kawhi, you're not losing anything. You're actually gaining a lot more than you're losing with that trade. So that really helps a ton. I mean, it sucks that you're using such a young talent, but I mean, when you're replacing him with another young talent, Kawhi Leonard, who's a future Hall of Famer, it really evens out. But I mean, just think, now they would have a clear leader, because right now, I mean, you don't really know who leads the team, as they have so much young talent. You don't know if Kuzma runs the team, you don't know if Lonzo runs the team, you don't know if Brandon Ingram runs the team, you don't even know if Julius Randle runs the team. I mean, they have so much young talent, you don't really know. There's no outbreak superstar. You don't really know who's going to be the captain of that team in the clutch. But I mean, if you get Kawhi Leonard, none of those players are anywhere near Kawhi Leonard's level, and Kawhi Leonard is a veteran compared to every single player on that team, at least their starting lineup and how young they are. Well, I mean, if you add Kawhi now, then he's your leader. You know who to go to the clutch. You know who they can follow. They can really just follow his lead, and that will make them so much more successful, because every team needs a great leader. And Kawhi Leonard, he may not be a vocal leader, but he definitely shows, because I heard that he's a very hard worker and everything. So I mean, he's he pretty much leads by example and not how he talks, you know what I mean? And then also, I mean, they'd be getting one half of their star duo that they want, because obviously with how much money that they have, they really want to sign 2 superstars. But if they're able to trade for Kawhi Leonard, they now have 1 superstar, and signing that second superstar, whether it's DeMarcus Cousins, Paul George, whoever they decide to re-sign, whoever decided to sign in free agency, it makes it a lot more easier, and maybe even they could get LeBron James and become finals contenders. I mean, if I'm LeBron and I see Kawhi in Los Angeles and I can get paid a max deal, I'm going to Los Angeles. Because just think, you have Alonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Julius Randle, KCP, who they have tons of young talent and tons of potential in Los Angeles, and they would have Brook Lopez. They're pretty deep. They just have an overall pretty good team. So I mean, that team is, I don't know, if LeBron went there, I think they would have a chance to make the finals, if not win the finals, just because of the duo with LeBron and Kawhi. That would be literally the best duo in the league, no question about it. And then you add Kyle Kuzma is now a second-year player. He's going to be even better than he is right now. Julius Randle had a breakout year last year, which makes it even more extraordinary, because Julius Randle is going to be even better. Lonzo Ball will probably be able to score more, because he'll at least have a little bit more of a developed shot. And if he gets that shot down there, they would have a big 3 of Lonzo, Kawhi, and LeBron. And y'all, a lot of people like to hate on Lonzo, but I mean, pretty much Lonzo is Ben Simmons without as much of a paint game, because he's not tall. Because Lonzo, he can't score like Ben Simmons, but Ben Simmons only averages 6 more points per game and 2 more rebounds and 2 more assists. I think Lonzo Ball was the 4th or 5th best rookie of this draft class, only because, I mean, He grabs rebounds like a power forward. He assists like a pass-first point guard should and still averages double-digit points per game. That's an extremely, extremely solid rookie season, and only 4 rookies have done that. One was Ben Simmons, one's Lonzo, I think one was Wilt Chamberlain, and the other one was Carlos Malone, I think. Or so, like, that's an extremely great company being in your rookie year. So he just has nothing but upside to him. A lot of people like to hate on him because, I mean, they were expecting him to be rookie of the year. LeVar's dad showed him expectations, but no, he has the potential to be great. So if you have the starting lineup of LeBron, Kawhi, Lonzo, Kuzma, Randall, who else? Lopez. I mean, that's 7 players that are extremely, extremely solid, and then you have KCP, so make it 8 players that are extremely solid players. They're 8 players deep and have tons of flexibility and tons of potential to really, really grow. So, yeah, I think they could be huge finals contenders. But unfortunately, guys, that's going to be it for this video. So, I want to hear your thoughts. Comment below. Do you think Kawhi is going to leave the Spurs? Do you think they will trade him to the Lakers? Do you think he should go to the Lakers? Do you think he wants to go to the Lakers? Do you even think he wants out? Because there's still some players saying he doesn't even want to be traded. I want to hear all your thoughts. Comment below. And if you have any video ideas you want to see from me, also comment those below. And if you did like the video at any point, hit the like button and the subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. Have a blessed day. Hope everyone has a blessed day. I love all y'all. See you on tomorrow's video. Goodbye.